If Christmas trees are up and snow is in the air, that means it's bowl season for college football. It will all end next month with a national championship game in Arizona when the Oregon Ducks face the Auburn Tigers. Tommy Tuberville used to coach those Auburn Tigers, leading them to a 13-0 record in 2004 and picking up a few Coach of the Year awards along the way as well. He's now the head coach of the Texas Tech Red Raiders, and he's with us now to talk about all things college football. Tommy, thanks so much for stopping by. Appreciate the time. Let's talk first about Auburn and the game. What do you think about Auburn going in here, especially with this controversial quarterback, Cam Newton? Apparently, his father was looking for a little money for his college football career.
But beside all that, he's a great football player. I'm telling you, he's one of those guys that you look for every day, trying to get on your campus. And he's done a lot of things. They've got a lot of good players at Auburn. A lot of those guys I had an opportunity to recruit and be around. Gene Chizik and his staff's done a great job.
These guys, the seniors this year, you recruited them, right?
Yeah. But, coaching staffs have to put them together. And, of course, Cam Newton's done wonders for that program. But I think it'll be a great game. Oregon's got a very quick team, and Auburn's a very physical team. So it's two different teams.
But, Tommy, should he be playing in this title game, considering kind of all the controversy involving he and his dad?
Well, they've done a lot of investigation, and, they go from top to bottom. And I know there was a lot of controversy at Mississippi State, but there's nothing at Auburn. And so he's at Auburn. They've obviously done nothing wrong, and so NCAA cleared him to play, and until they did find something, which is up in the air, he'll get to play.
Did you agree with their ruling?
Well, yeah, pretty much, but because there's you look at it, you want to make sure that the kid has done nothing wrong. Obviously, they said that the father was looking around for certain things, but it's not the father playing, it's the kid, and so you can't make assumptions. And I know everybody has, but he's still a great player, and he's done a lot for college football. And unfortunately, he went through all these things, and it's not the first one. There's a lot of these guys like Reggie Bush have gone through a lot of these things, and hopefully it's all cleared up.
Let me ask you about college football. It's obviously a huge money business. I don't want to embarrass you, but we all know you got paid tens of millions of dollars at Auburn. You do pretty well at Texas Tech as well.
But I like you, Matt. Okay.
Let me ask you, do these kids deserve some kind of money? Do they deserve a cut of it? I mean, they get a scholarship and they're making tens of millions, hundreds of millions of dollars for their teams.
Well, that's been the question for years, and here's the problem. If everybody says, okay, we want to pay the football players, you just can't pay the football players. It'd have to be basketball, golf, men's and women's sports. And so you've got 600 athletes on campus. If you start giving money out, you can't come even close to fulfilling that obligation. So I think a scholarship is exactly what these kids need. Obviously, you try to do as much as you can for them between, with all the rules. But bottom line, an education, a scholarship, all that paid for, and playing college football or college sports means a lot.
What do you think happens if you start paying those college athletes, the football players?
Well, I don't really know what would happen, but
not a good thing.
I don't think it will ever happen again, because there's so many more athletes. There's more than 85 football players. You've got hundreds of more on campus. You can't just pay one sport and not the others. You'd have to pay them all. And
even if one sport's bringing in a lot of money to the university.
Oh yeah. We have probably a $60 million budget, and football, obviously, at most universities make most of that money. Basketball does in some areas, but all the other Olympic sports, they don't bring in a lot of money. So there has to be a money-generating sport, and obviously it's basketball.
You got to give it to the earners, but clearly this is not going to happen in the NCAA. Let me ask you about Texas Tech. You're heading to TicketCity Bowl in Dallas against Northwestern. What does that mean for the school money-wise, and when do you take Texas Tech to win a national championship?
Well, we hope to do that soon, but just going to a bowl is a reward for the players. Most of the bowls, you don't make a lot of money. Basically, what it costs you to go, the expenses, that pretty much comes out of it. But people don't realize what these kids go through to play college football. It's 365 days of lifting weights, running, meetings, class, all the academic parts, and then you have opportunity to play hopefully 12 games during the year without getting injured. And then if you get a reward, which is a bowl game, that's what it should be.
You know that some folks want there to be kind of a college football playoff, if you will. You agree?
I agree. But we don't need an 8 to 16 team playoff. What we need to keep the bowls like they are, because we have 30, 40 bowls that all the cities across the country make money, and make money for charities. There's a lot of kids rewarded for what they've done during the year. We need to take the top 4 teams at the end of the year, play 1 versus 4, 2 versus 3, and play one more after it's all said and done. And that way this year TCU wouldn't get left out. You'd have probably a conversation between who's for Wisconsin or Ohio State, your team. I'd have to vote for Wisconsin. I'd have to say that. But it'd be a great way to really say we've got a true national champion without letting the voters vote on it.
All right, hey, Tommy, thanks so much for joining us. Tommy Tuberville.